Hello and welcome to My Piano Method. I'm Michelle Orp, and in this free lesson I'm going to show you how to play the famous chord progression that's used in hundreds of pop songs. So this is the 1-5-6-4 chord progression. It's used in famous songs like the Beatles' Let It Be, Elton John's Can You Feel the Love Tonight, even U2's With or Without You. There are hundreds. So we're going to learn this in about 10 minutes, and then I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to sound like a pro. So we'll get stuck in. First up, before I can teach you the 4 chords, there's 2 things you need to know. And these are the notes on the piano and how to find middle C, which is the most important note when you first start to learn. So, the notes on the piano. Now, they do look very daunting because there's so many. There's 88, which is 52 white notes, and 36 black notes. But actually, there's only 7 notes on the piano that you need to learn. And these are just repeated all the way up the piano for pitch. So the 7 notes you need to learn are easy to remember because they're the first 7 notes in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F and G. So let's take a look. So my digital piano starts with the bass note of A, and most full-sized piano and keyboards will start with A. There are some smaller keyboards, however, that do start on a different note. If this is the case for you, don't worry too much. This is just to show you the notes. Later on in the lesson, I'll be showing you how to find them. But if we take a look how it works, our 7 notes on the piano are A, B, C, D, E, F and G, and they just go up in that order. So starting on A, B, C, D, E, F and G, and then all that happens is they're repeated. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on all the way up the piano. The higher the note, the higher pitched the sound. Okay, so now you know the 7 notes on the piano, we can take a look at the most important note to find when we start, which is middle C. And the reason this note is so important is because it's directly in the middle of the piano. So everything above it tends to be played with our right hand, and everything below it tends to be played with our left hand. But also the C major scale is the first scale you'll learn as well, because it's the easiest, because it uses all the white notes. But it is important to be able to find it, so let's take a look. So to find the note of C, we're going to use the black notes on the piano, and if you take a look at the black notes, you can see that they're grouped into 2s and 3s, and this is repeated all the way up the piano. So you can see there's a group of 2 here, followed by a group of 3, a group of 2 here, followed by a group of 3, a group of 2 here, and so on. To find the note of C, we're going to use the group of 2 black notes. And all you do is you take the first black note, and the white note directly to the left of that is a C. And that will work all the way up the piano. So if we come down here and look at this group of 2 black notes, the white note directly to the left is a C. And we can do the same all the way up here, group of 2 black notes, white note directly to the left, that is a C. Now it's really important that you are looking at the group of 2 black notes. If you're looking at the group of 3, which is really easily done, you'll have a different note altogether. So the white note directly to the left here is an F. So don't look at the group of 3, make sure you're looking at the group of 2. White note directly to the left, you've found C. Now to find middle C, all you do is look directly into the middle of your piano or keyboard. And if you're looking in the middle, the group of 2 black notes, there will be middle C. So there we go, white note to the left, this is middle C. So what we're going to do is we're going to start on our middle C. Now we know there are 7 notes on the piano, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. First 7 notes in the alphabet, nice and easy. But we're not going to use A as number 1. Our middle C is the important note here. And the most common scale used when you start to play the piano is the C major scale. And it's nice and easy because it's all the white notes, which is why we like it. And these 4 chords we're learning today are going to be all on the white notes, and they're going to look exactly the same, which is what makes them easy to learn. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our middle C as number 1, and we're going to count up 7 from there. So C is number 1, D is number 2, E is number 3, F is number 4, G is number 5, A is number 6, and B is number 7. And then you get back to a C, which would be number 1 again. So we have 7 notes starting on C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the 4 chords we're learning are just called the number of the note. So C is number 1, so this is going to be our 1 chord. G is number 5, so this is going to be our number 5 chord. A is number 6, so that's going to be our number 6 chord. And F is number 4, which is going to be our number 4 chord. So the chord progression is 1, 5, 6, 4. So you can just spend some time going through those 4 notes. And if you get lost at any time, you just go back to your middle C because you know this is number 1. And then you can just count up to your number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then your number 6. And then your number 4. And again, if you get lost, just always go back to the middle C. So you can just spend some time playing these single notes, but what we want to do is we want to create a chord for each of these 4 notes. So we're going to start on our number 1 chord, which is the C. And it's super easy to create a chord. I would suggest you hit the C with your thumb, and then all we're going to do is we're going to miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1. So if you can see on the MIDI piano there really clearly the 3 blue notes I've hit, we start on the C, we miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1. So there's gaps in between. And this is exactly the same for all 4 notes we're using. So we start on our number 1 C, miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1. And then we're going to move to our number 5 note, which is the G. And this is really simple because our little finger is already on the G. Now, some people when they first start to play the piano, they can't actually use their little finger because it's not strong enough. If this is you, don't worry, just choose another finger to play it with. You could use your forefinger. You could use your first 3 fingers. In piano, we tend to call our thumb number 1 and we fan out from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we always play with curved fingers. You want to be hitting the notes with curved fingers. 1, 3, 5. Always try and keep your thumb on the main note. So for our number 1 chord of C, we want our thumb on that note. So whatever finger is on the G, this is our number 5 chord, and this is our next chord. So all we're going to do is jump up to have our thumb on that, and then to play the chord it's the same again. Miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1. So here is our chord 5, which is our 2nd chord in the progression. So we're going C to G. Now it's a bit of a jump, so spend some time just practicing this. Later on in the course I'm going to teach you how to make that a shorter gap using inversions and making it sound a lot more professional. But for now we'll do the jump. C to G. Now the next chord we're doing, which is chord 6, which is the A, is super simple because we're just going to move all of our notes up 1. And this is our number 6 chord. So we're going from 5 to 6. If you do get lost, it's not a problem. Just go back to your C and count up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's your 6th chord, which is the A. Now this is an A minor chord, but I don't want you to worry about minor and major at the moment. We'll be learning about that a bit later. So for now, we'll just call it an A chord, and it's our number 6 chord. And from here, we're going to move to our number 4 chord. So the easiest way to do that is just to come down 2 notes. So we go across that number 5. So we're going 6 to 4. But again, if you get lost, go back to middle C and just count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you miss 1, play 1, miss 1, play 1. And there we go. And that is the pattern. So start off on middle C, play your chord, and then we jump up to number 5, and then we jump up to number 6, and then we come down to number 4. And you really need to just keep going over that because it's repetitiveness that makes us remember what we're doing. And then we can start adding more stuff on top when we really know what we're doing. 1, 5, 6, 4. C, G, A, F. And you just need to keep going over this. And what I'm going to do is give you a 5-day practice plan where we're going to add to this every day. And eventually throughout the course, especially if you do the chord jammer course, you learn how to start Okay, so I hope you've really enjoyed this lesson and learning that fantastic chord progression. There is a fantastic example of songs that use this chord progression by a band called the Axis of Awesome. It's on YouTube, so just type in Axis of Awesome 1564 chord progression. They use 38 songs that use it. It's a great watch, and there is a bit of swearing in there, but this will give you a great idea of how it works. One thing to remember is that there are 12 different keys on the piano, and this is something we learn about in my course. Now, some of these songs that I've listed that use the 1564 chord progression would have written the song in a different key, which means if you're trying to play along to the actual song, then it might not quite sound right. But this is a problem that I tackle in my course because it's pretty simple to play the chord progression in all the different keys, and I'll show you how. So take the course and you'll find out. Now, what I do have as well is a 5-day practice plan that goes along with this chord progression to give you some tips and tricks and some extra stuff to make you sound like a pro. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you on my course.